Hi, and welcome to week 7 of our Homemaker Series. In this series, I'm challenging myself weekly to learn a new homemaker skill, and today we're making mandarin jam. I freshly picked some mandarins off my father-in-law's tree as he has abundance on there, and we decided to make this mandarin jam. I wanted to make a jam for my family with unrefined sugar, so I just ChatGPT'd a recipe, and it says that this recipe lasts 3 weeks in the fridge, so let's get to it and start making it. So to start, I've got my bowl of freshly picked mandarins and my lemon. What we're going to do is we're going to peel them and de-seed them. I'm going to do roughly around, I think 10 to 12. We need roughly around 450 to 500 grams of fresh mandarins. So we're going to do that first. All right, so I just brought you a bit closer. I also am going to go put this plate in the freezer to chill so we can do the wrinkle test when we're testing our jam to see if it's set enough. So I'm going to start off by peeling my mandarins. And removing any seeds that may be in there. I should probably get my pot and I'll chuck them straight in the pot. So I'm just going to remove as many seeds as I can. So I'm just going to go through and peel these because there will be a fair few. And once that's done, we'll get to the next step. Okay, so I've done around 12 mandarins there just because they are a bit smaller there. So I've done that, and now we need half of a lemon. So just half the lemon. And we're just going to squeeze that into this pot and try not get any seeds. So there is our 12 mandarins and half a lemon, and I'm just going to go get my stick blender and then we're going to pulse that to make that smooth. You can just chop it up if you want a more of a chunky mandarin jam, or if you want it more of a smooth, you can use a stick blender or a food processor like I'm going to do. Now I'm just going to blitz it with my stick blender. So we've blitzed that now and made it a smooth consistency as I don't want a chunky jam. Then we're going to add in 100 grams of honey. You can choose any sweetener you like. So we like to use unrefined sugar in our household. So we normally go for honey, pure maple syrup or coconut sugar. So I've added in there now the mandarins, the honey and the half the lemon juice. Now I'm going to go put it on my stove and simmer for roughly around 10 to 15 minutes. If you want the health benefits of the honey, then you would add it in at a later stage. But I'm just using it for a sweetener at this stage, so it doesn't really bother me if the health benefits and the good bacteria get killed off. So we're going to go do that, and I think I just saw another seed somewhere. Oh no, that was just honey. Alright, so we're going to go chuck that on the stove and simmer on medium for 10 to 15 minutes. So now I've got that on medium. I'm just going to let it simmer for roughly around 15 minutes before we reduce it to low. So it's been about 10 minutes and I've had it on medium. So now I'm just going to reduce it down to simmer for roughly around half an hour. And if I do see any seeds, I'm just going to take them out. But as you can see, it's already starting to thicken up nicely. Been simmering for around 18 minutes now, and I think I'm happy with the consistency, but I'm just going to get that plate to test it out. So we have our plate here, and I'm just going to do a little drop on it, leave it for 30 seconds, and then we'll see how it thickens up. So it's been roughly around 30 seconds, and I'm just going to swipe through, and if it doesn't completely pull back into the middle, then I think it's thick enough. Yep, and it looks like it's thickening even on my finger, so I'm going to say this is perfect consistency that I'm after. Let's go jar it. So I have a jar that I just had in hot water on the outside, the inside's dry, just so that it's hot, as hot enough as the jam. So I'm going to use that, and I also like to wrap it in a tea towel just in case of any breakage that I don't get glass everywhere. And we're going to pour the hot jam into the hot jar. Just going to wipe the rim down, and there we have it, homemade mandarin jam. I'm going to allow it to cool completely at room temperature and then pop it in the fridge for roughly around 2 to 3 hours. And there we have it, the perfect mandarin jam. The perfect zestiness and sweetness, the combination of honey and mandarin, they just go so well together. I couldn't imagine how well they would go, but honestly, my toddler just tried a spoonful and he loved it. I'll post a video at the end how it cools and the consistency of it. If you've enjoyed watching today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe as it helps our channel grow. And if you have any ideas or tips what we can do with the rest of these mandarins, comment them down below, as we have an abundance of them and hundreds still on a tree. Thank you again for watching. Happy homemaking, and we'll see you in the next episode. This is the consistency once chilled and in the fridge for 3 hours.